Good day everyone, I'm Luna Antonino P of BIC 3-5 and I'm here to discuss the concept of crisis management. So before we proceed to the main topic, here are the objectives of the discussion. At the end of the discussion, the student should learn and know the concept of crisis management, explain the crisis management, and know the different types of crisis. And lastly, is to understand the stages of crisis management. Also, the following are the outline of discussion. We have the definition of terms, crisis management, the types of crisis, and stages of crisis management. So let's proceed to the definition of terms. Crisis, originating from Greek krisis, means decision or crisis. A crisis refers to an event causing instability and danger. It may arise unexpectedly, requiring quick decision to limit the damage. Crises include natural disaster, financial issues, and cyber attack. A crisis refers to an event or period that disrupts stability and creates a dangerous situation, potentially affecting individuals, groups, or society as a whole. These events usually result in negative consequences for people or the environment, often happening suddenly with little or no warning, such as natural disaster or cyber attack. Crisis situation demands quick and effective decision to minimize harm. They may stem from unforeseen event or an or as an unexpected result of previously identified risk. In today's digital age, cybersecurity crises like severe cyber attack are particularly critical. This incident requires rapid response to protect sensitive data and system and ensure the organization's survival. The next is the management. Management refers to organizing and directing operations to achieve goals. It involves coordinating tasks, strategies, and staff effort to meet organizational organizational objectives. Management is the backbone of any business. It involves organizing and directing workflows, operations, and employees to achieve company goals effectively. The primary aim of management is to create an environment that empowers employees to work efficiently, fostering productivity and driving results. To do this, companies rely on solid organizational structure, which help guide employees, setting the tone and focus their work. Also, management refers to the broader coordination and administration of tasks to reach specific goals. This includes defining the organization's strategy and, mobilizing staff to execute it effectively. Management not only oversees resources and processes but also includes hierarchy within the organization, with senior management shaping strategy and key decisions that impact the company as a whole. And last one is the emergency. Emergency is an urgent, dangerous situation posing immediate risk to health, life, property, or the environment requiring rapid action. Because of the potential severity of emergencies, demand swift action to contain or mitigate risk. Most emergencies require immediate intervention to prevent the situation from worsening. However, there are cases where damage control isn't entirely possible, and emergency responders may only be able to focus on providing support and reassuring care for the event to lessen its impact. In essence, an emergency arises from an unforeseen set of circumstances that call for rapid and decisive action to safeguard against further harm. And the next one is the crisis management. So, what is crisis management? Crisis management involves handling a crisis to minimize damage and ensure quick recovery. It includes strategic planning and responses to sudden events. The main goal is to maintain business continuity while addressing crises like natural disaster, financial losses, or cyber attack. Effective crisis management involves policies, procedures, and communication strategies. Crisis management is the organized process an organization undertakes to handle unexpected, potentially damaging events with the goal of, minimizing impact and ensuring quick recovery. It involves strategic planning and active response to address various types of crises, whether they affect finances, reputation, health, or safety. This approach not only prevents and mitigates potential crises, but also ensure the organization remain operational during and after the event. Crisis management encompasses policies and procedures that help defend against, prepare for, and manage crises. The severity of the impact typically depends on the crisis nature. For instance, a fire during business hour could endanger employee safety as well as disrupt operation, while other crises may primarily affect finances or brand loyalty. So let's proceed to the next topic, which is the types of crisis. Organization may face various types of crises depending on their industry. Understand these different types can help in crafting an effective crisis management strategy and ensuring preparedness for any scenario. Here are some common types of crises. Natural disasters. Events such as earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and wildfires can severely impact physical infrastructure, halt business operations, and endanger employee safety. Since these crises are often unpredictable, having crisis management plan that includes evacuation procedures, business continuity strategies, and employee safety protocols is critical to reduce risk and recovery time. Next one is the financial crisis. Sudden financial crises like market crashes, economic downturns, or fraud can significantly threaten an organization's stability. A crisis management plan helps in maintaining financial solvency, addressing immediate financial risk, and establishing safeguards to reduce the impact of future financial shocks. Next one is the regulatory changes. When unexpected changes in laws or regulation arise, they can disrupt operation and require rapid adaptation. Crisis management strategies focus on compliance, management, employee training, and internal adjustment to ensure that operations remain within legal boundaries. Criminal activities. Terrorism, extortion, espionage, and other criminal behavior directed at the organization require comprehensive security and crisis management protocols. Organization can mitigate risk by implementing security measure, employee training, and emergency response plan to handle potential threats effectively. The last one is the technological crisis. As organizations become more dependent on technology, the risk of technological failures such as IT system outage, data breaches, and cyber attacks increases. A crisis management strategy that includes cybersecurity measure, backup systems, and an incident response plan is vital to prevent disruption and protect the organization's data and reputation. Example nga ang example nga nitong technological crisis ay yung malevolence crisis. This occur when opponents or hostile employees initiate malicious attack aimed at disrupting or destabilizing the organization. The crisis management effort focus on identifying internal threats and securing system against the internal sabotage. The next one is cybercrime crisis. It involves the intentional theft or unauthorized access to technology, often for financial gain. Preventive measure and response plans can help minimize the effect of these crimes. While next is the cybersecurity breaches. Cyber attacks such as data breaches, ransomware, and phishing pose serious risk to an organization's reputation and finances. Effective crisis management here includes a robust security framework, timely incident response, and communication strategies to manage the breach impact. And the last one is the critical virus attack. This attack may occur accidentally or through malicious infections, impacting system functionality. Crisis management should include antivirus defense, regular updates, and contingency plan for fast remediation. remediation. After approach emphasizes the importance of a well-rounded crisis management strategy that covers natural, technological, financial regulatory, and criminal threats. With proper preparation, organization can navigate this disruption while protecting employees, asset, and reputation. And let's proceed to the stages of crisis management. Here we have 5 stages. Stage 1 is the recognizing the crisis. It acknowledges a crisis early and responds swiftly. The first crucial step in crisis management is acknowledging that a crisis exists. Although some crises are evident, others need the proactive monitoring and early alerts to ensure swift recognition and action. During this stage, speed is essential. Rapid acknowledgement followed by a clear, prepared statement signal to the public and stakeholder that the organization is aware of the crisis, actively working to address it, and will provide time updates. The next stage is the initial response, which establishes communication and decision-making structure within the first 24 to 48 hours. Within the first 24 to 48 hours, urgent action are necessary to establish a structured response. This involves implementing a decision-making frameworks and sharing reliable information with employees, the public, and stakeholder. Pre-tested plans should come into play, laying the groundwork for the next stages, which may be less predictable. Effective communication at this stage reassure everyone that the organization is focused and taking control. The next stage is managing the situation. Here, it stabilizes the response and keep stakeholder informed. After the initial response, the crisis enters a steadier phase. The organization works to ensure its response measures are solid, manage the situation actively, and steer toward the positive outcomes. Communicators play a key role, emphasizing that the crisis is a priority and the organization is making progress. At this point, communication should evolve from simply broadcasting information to engaging with the audiences, showing transparency and commitment to resolve the situation. Next is creating flexibility in pre-recover. Here, carefully balance ongoing crisis management and recovery planning. As the crisis approaches resolution, the organization enters a transitional phase, balancing crisis management with planning for recovery. Moving too quickly to recover might seem dismissive, but delaying it could prolong reputational harm. Flexibility is essential, as setback could still happen. Returning the organization to an earlier stage, adapting to the situation while maintaining sensitive communication help retain confidence and trust. And the last stage is the time to recover. here, assess damage and develop recovery strategies, incorporating lessons learned. This phase involves including the crisis, evaluating the damage, and planning recovery. A thoughtful approach is key, as rushing can lead to lost insight and pressure on communicators. Recovery includes debriefing, learning from the crisis, and integrating these lessons into future planning. At this stage, listening to public sentiment is critical. Effective crisis communication must focus on transparency and include those affected and affected and in the recovery process. And that's all. Remember, you can predict, but you can prepare. Thank you po.